Inspired by a true story. Someone once said that if you learn enough about a person, you may end up carrying their burden with them, if only for a little while. Today I read a story that proved that truer than most mottos painted on walls or whispered in speeches. It was the story of Desmond Doss, a skinny Seventh-day Adventist kid from Virginia who, in 1942, enlisted in the U.S. Army. He had no intention of firing a rifle, not ever. His religion and his personal history had carved that conviction into him like a name in stone. His own father had struggled with the trauma of World War I, and young Desmond spent many nights listening to arguments that came from wounds you couldn't see. But there was one thing Doss couldn't refuse to do: take care of people. So he became a combat medic. The Army did not welcome him with open arms. He was mocked in training, threatened, ordered to handle weapons he wouldn't touch. Officers tried to have him discharged. Fellow soldiers called him a coward. They didn't know him then. The people who mocked him were the same people he later ran into gunfire to save. The same people he dragged, patched, carried, and prayed over one by one on Hacksaw Ridge, a 40-meter escarpment on Okinawa where the sky seemed to be made of artillery smoke. The battle was brutal. When the company was forced to retreat, Doss stayed behind. Under machine gun fire, mortar fire, and with nothing but his medic bag and a stretcher, he dragged the wounded to the edge and lowered them down the cliff by rope. 75 men, one at a time, alone in enemy territory. Soldiers who had once scorned him later said the same thing in official reports. He kept coming back for us. What struck me most was not the number, staggering as it is. It was something a surviving soldier said years later in an interview. War shows you who people are. Desmond learned our stories. He saw what we carried. And then he carried it for us. That's the part that stayed with me. Doss wasn't trying to be a hero. He just refused to let someone die alone on a field because their burden had gotten too heavy. And maybe that's the lesson. If you truly know someone, what shaped them, what broke them, what keeps them going, you may find yourself stepping into their pain, even when it costs you. You may carry the cross they can't for a little while,